people specifically in relation to the weather conditions right now. And I know that a number of agencies, including Age UK, have voiced specific concerns because of the weather, the concerns about people's health. Have you got any thoughts for us on that this morning?
Yeah, good morning and Happy New Year. We are heading into a cold snap this weekend, and I know there are lots of concerns, not just amongst charity leaders, but also among NHS and social care leaders as well, about the particular risks and vulnerabilities this weekend as temperatures drop, both in terms of risk of accident and injury, but also risk from the cold itself. This is a weekend to wrap up and keep warm, to take sensible precautions about going out and about, and more generally, people will have seen in recent days and weeks, the NHS is going through an absolutely torrid time at the moment. The pressures we are seeing are extraordinary, even by the standards of what has become, under our predecessors, an annual cycle of winter crises. Bed occupancy on flu, for example, around four times higher than this time last year, based on the latest data I've seen, and I'm keeping a close eye on the situation. So this is a really, really difficult time for the NHS, and frankly, the state we are seeing in the NHS today, whether it's the pressures in the
Okay, now, Wes Streeting, I'm going to stop you for just a moment. We're going to come on to
that's why we need to reform health.
Yeah, we will come on to that in a moment. I just want you to, if you would for a moment, we've spoken to Age UK this morning in relation to this coming weekend, people who are cold in their homes. They've said there are 2.5 million people who needed the winter fuel allowance, who won't receive it because of the changes that were brought in. They are saying they would be advising people, if they're cold in their homes and they're elderly and vulnerable, to go into debt rather than risk their health. Would you advise the same?
Well, this is definitely a weekend to turn the heating on, and I'll just remind people that the Chancellor did take the decision to protect winter fuel allowance for the poorest pensioners, to protect people this winter and in future winters. And of course, the triple lock on pensions is guaranteed. So the state pension is higher this winter than it was last year and will be higher further still next year. That's why the Chancellor's taken those decisions, and to make sure that we protect the vulnerable this winter. But I would certainly agree that this weekend is a weekend to layer up and put the heating on as well.
So let's talk about the reform to social care. Your proposals, your plan will not be delivered or even be in place before 2028. Now, for anyone struggling with care needs today, at home, in their communities, that will feel like a very long way ahead.
Well, what we're announcing today is an independent commission on adult social care, led by Louise Casey, Baroness Casey. She's a crossbench peer, and frankly, she's one of Whitehall's best-known doers and social reformers. Exactly the type of person that we need to knock heads together across the political spectrum and build the national consensus that we want to build to deliver the national care service our country needs to support older and disabled people into the 21st century. Because as far as I'm concerned, and I said this during the general election campaign, it's not a shortage of good ideas on social care that we have, it's a shortage of good politics. And that is why we're determined to work together across the party divide. I've spoken to my Conservative and Liberal Democrat counterparts in recent days who are on board. I'm writing to the leaders and spokespeople from all of the Westminster parties today, and also my counterparts in the devolved government, because we really want to work together to grip this issue. To the concern, well, does this mean we're going to be waiting for a few years until there's anything happening on social care? I can reassure people right now that since the general election, we've already legislated for the first ever fair pay agreements in social care, so we can deal with the vacancies and shortfalls and build a social care profession. We've delivered the biggest expansion of carers allowance since the 1970s, an extra £2,300 for family carers. We've also delivered through the budget a big uplift in funding for local authorities, well over £3 billion worth of spending power, as well as £800 80 million specifically ring-fenced for social care. And if that wasn't enough, as well as the big increase in the disabled facilities grant that's coming in April, I'm announcing today the same amount of money, £86 billion, which I'm releasing this month to do home adaptations for around 7,800 homes across the country, which will make a real difference for the independence and quality of life for disabled people right now. Baroness Casey's commission will also provide its first report next year, which will set out the action we need to take throughout this Parliament. So there's going to be plenty going on, but it is absolutely right that when it comes to the long-term future of what is, I think, one of the big challenges of our generation, that we get a really great social reformer on board and we build the cross-party consensus so that we can work together to address the social care crisis we see in our country.